We're back with you in Laurel, Mississippi. We're at the Laurel Mercantile Company promoting Jones County economic development. We're at the yard right next to the Laurel Mercantile Company in the beautiful downtown area. We welcome to the program now Ben Winpigler, sales manager, WLAU SuperTalk Laurel, and also Will Toney, production coordinator, WLAU SuperTalk Laurel. All right, Ben, Will, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Appreciate it, Gerard.
It's been a great day so far.
Absolutely.
We've had a great guest lineup and have done a fantastic job of really showcasing the Jones County area and the city of Laurel specifically and all the good things going on down here.
Absolutely. You know, this area, there's a lot of rich history and a lot of really good things happening in our area, and we like to highlight that.
Well, they've done a fantastic job, but it's amazing, is it not, the growth that Jones County, the city of Laurel have experienced. And then, of course, talking to the superintendent, Dr. B.R. Jones, about the Jones County School District recently achieving an A rating in the schools.
Big deal.
It's a big deal. So you got all the ingredients here. You've got one of our sponsors, of course, South Central Regional Medical Center. You got great health care. You got great schools, great housing and residential developments. You're the Laurel, of course, is the anchor of a very famous now show, very popular show on HGTV. Got a lot of ingredients, and we got SuperTalk Laurel as well.
Absolutely, and nobody would have picked Laurel to be, at least nobody that
is from here,
grew up around here, would have picked Laurel to be such a tourist destination.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've been here my whole life, born and raised here, and I tell people all the time, it's obviously I've gotten used to it at this point, but it is still strange sometimes being from here. But it really is incredible. I was telling Alex before we started, when I was in high school, you didn't really come downtown. There wasn't a lot, the buildings were still, a lot of the buildings were vacant. And it was just kind of a sketchy area, to be honest. And, about 4 or 5 families, which including the Napiers and the people on the show, really took it upon themselves. And the former director of Laurel Main Street before Caroline, Judy Holyfield, they really took it upon themselves to really put their money where their mouth is and really invest. People complain about the downtown all the time, and they said, well, you know what, we're going to do something about it with our own funds. And they did. And our fabulous mayor, Johnny McGee, he got on board and was just right there in the middle of it the whole time, and it has just grown exponentially with the show. I mean, it just, like Caroline said earlier, it was a 10-year plan that happened in 3 or 4 years. So it's just incredible to see the growth and everything else that's happening in Jones County as a whole. It really is. As a product of the Jones County schools, I can attest to the quality of people that they have in that school district.
Well,
and people like
your wife.
I'm a little biased, and my wife and my sister-in-law and my dad. So I'm a little biased, but overall, there's just some really good people, and I think that reflects on the good people of the community.
So, Will, it's kind of the distinction between just merely talking about something and envisioning something, but getting involved and doing it.
Absolutely, and that's the beautiful thing about what I do. I mean, I do production, but I also host your lead-in here on 99.3. And what we get to do is we interview the people that are doing everything downtown, but our studio is right there on Central Avenue in a storefront where we get to see the people walking by and seeing the business happen and seeing the tourism. It's kind of funny. We see people from Australia. When you start seeing car tags from overseas, you start to wonder, how did they get over here? And that's a conversation the mayor and I have had on the air. But it's really good to see people enjoying it and seeing how hard downtown has worked.
And it's not just downtown. It's like I said, it's overall Jones County. I mean, people forget that we have a world-class sportsplex just down the road here on Highway 84 West. where we have hosted multiple times the Dixie Youth World Series. And
Did the show here?
Yeah, did the show. They just built a softball complex just down the hill.
Saw that.
And it really is, things like that is just, we're building off the back, obviously, of the success of what downtown has brought. But things like that have been happening before that. So it really is impressive to see.
And you made a point, Ben, and pass this on to you, Will, is that you guys have been here a couple of hours. You've seen all these people that have gathered up around our set here, and they're here because they've learned about it, of course, from the program. But these are not people that are from Mississippi, many of them.
Not at all. And to double back on that, the last time y'all were here at the yard, we were fortunate enough to have Ben Napier on set, and I want to say he was on for Good Things with Rebecca.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we had to have barricades up just to keep people. Well, number one, to keep them away from Gary, but number two, to keep people from rushing Ben.
It's true.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. It's incredible how many people. I mean, just the people we've talked to, like you said. I mean, most of the people that have pulled up on these golf carts have been from Missouri.
Yeah.
We had a couple from Georgia up here earlier. I mean, it's incredible to see. Like I said, being here my whole life, it still is occasionally strange because, like Mallory said, it's like a lot of those places they're coming from, we go for vacation. So it's like, what, you're coming from Montana to here? But they're coming here because, I mean, look at it. Why wouldn't you come here?
Yeah. And, like me, I grew up, my uncle worked at a local chicken place. He was an accountant. And so when I was growing up, Laurel was where the chicken plant was. You never would have thought it would be a vacation destination.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to see.
Yeah. Well, it's got, like I said, it's got all the ingredients. And this is, I think, a reflection of so many great communities in the state of Mississippi, where you see these hubs of a thriving small town, beautiful downtown setting, great neighborhoods, great schools, great quality of life, recreational facilities, health care, all the above. I mean, it truly does, I think, personify the American dream in small town America.
Absolutely, and you mentioned other small towns. I mean, just up the road. We talk a lot about how much Laurel has done, but just down the road between Laurel and Hattiesburg, Ellisville.
Yeah.
I mean, they have really kind of about the same time as downtown Laurel have really invested in their downtown area as well, and they have events just like we do. Obviously the town's a little bit smaller, but they've really taken an investment in downtown, and like you said, with the healthcare, and there's always something to do. Places like one of our sponsors you said earlier, Hellfighters USA, one of the coolest motorcycle shops you'll ever be in.
Absolutely.
It sure is.
So, and they've got other stuff. I mean, there's some projects that they're working on right now that's just going to make Jones County just an even better place to be, not just for people to come here, which obviously we want to do, but for the people who are already here. That's what we talk about a lot. I'm on the tourism committee for the city.
Okay.
We talk a lot about, what we can do to sustain success after we know the novelty of the show will eventually wear off. We're fully aware of that. And we want to do things that will bring people into Jones County, into Laurel, after the novelty of the show has left. Because in 10, 15 years, it's just going to be something that happened. Obviously, you're going to have the residuals, but, it's not going to be the same. So we think about things that we can do for long-term success.
Sure.
And places like Hellfighters are a big part of that. And other businesses that we've mentioned, Howard Industries and Jones College, are such a big part of that sustained success for the people who are here and continue to bring people here to visit.
What's on the horizon, Will, for Laurel, Jones County? What do you think?
You mentioned education. I have a student in the Jones County School District. Ben, as I mentioned, has a wife who's a teacher there. I think excellence in education, and what we've seen a lot is excellence in student athletes.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had women's basketball at West Jones last year, won the state championship.
Yep.
West Jones ran the table in football this year for 6A.
Laurel almost won it.
Laurel came really close to winning state championship.
And then Laurel winning in women's basketball.
Laurel women's basketball won the state championship this year. The hotbed of athletics here in Jones County is really quite remarkable. and baseball playoffs are getting started, and it's exciting to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we didn't really talk about the college, Jones College.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Ben and I are both graduates of Jones College, and we joked back when I was there. Of course, I'm not going to tell how many years ago that was, but we joked that if they had a 4-year program, that's where we would go. We wouldn't go anywhere else. But
Interesting.
Just because we enjoyed the atmosphere there.
Yeah.
Well, they've got quite the resume, not only academically but athletically as well.
I mean, it's top flight over there.
It's
Top
unbelievable.
flight. And the facilities. So.
Ben, Will, good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us,
Thanks
and thanks for setting all this up, man. It's been a blast being here in Laurel and in Jones County.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you coming down.
You bet. Folks, we're stepping aside for a break. We got final segment of Middays live from Laurel, Mississippi. We're at the Laurel Mercantile Company promoting economic development in the Jones County. Stay with us.